Japan is well known for its massive gaming culture. The games produced in Japan have spread all around the world and have drastically changed several cultures worldwide, and not just their own. The gaming industry didn't really take off in Japan until the 1980s with such arcade classics like Space Invaders, Pac-Man, and Donkey Kong. This arcade craze in Japan brought the country enormous financial benefit. These games also spread Japanese culture to other nations. Today, gaming is a multi-billion-dollar industry that's still growing. Japan is the second largest market for games after the United States. The Japanese love for electronic gadgets meant a steady turnover for gaming hardware. The most popular company in Japan is Nintendo, which brought us such consoles as the Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES, Game Boy, Nintendo 64, Nintendo DS, and the Wii. The two other leaders in game consoles are Sony and Microsoft. The home market for gaming consoles is now dominated by the 7th generation consoles, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and the Wii. The Wii drastically outsells the other two, while the Xbox struggles for popularity in Japan. Gaming is more of a lifestyle choice than a hobby in Japan. They are very serious about their games, especially games that are retro. In game retail stores, Japanese retailers will go to great lengths to obtain rare and classic games because it boosts their store's reputation in the highly competitive market. These retailers will also make sure their games are in pristine condition and offer fair compensation for trade-ins. This differs greatly from American retail stores because their main focus is on the latest and greatest games and only offer a fraction of retail price for trade-ins. The way Japanese retailers do business is just a reflection on how popular gaming is in Japan. Another reflection of gaming's popularity is the arcades. There are over 24,000 arcades in Japan, which is quite impressive considering the country's size. In 2006 alone, the arcade industry in Japan pulled in over $7.5 billion. Arcades in Japan account for 40% of Japanese gaming market revenue. Gaming figures are so prominent in Japan that they even use video game characters to advertise. There are even gaming centers which have enjoyed continual popularity and are the testing grounds for new and innovative ideas. Now, I can't talk about gaming's importance in Japan without mentioning Dragon Quest. The Dragon Quest series is the most popular series in Japan. This game is a cultural phenomenon. One reason the game is so popular is that Dragon Ball creator Akira Toriyama has provided the game's art from the beginning. And although the game is old and the style of the game hasn't changed, the players want the game to be that way, so it's simple and accessible to the people. The gameplay is really well enjoyed and the game is well liked. It's very humanistic, accessible, popular, and driven by the power of respected and famous pop culture creators. Other extremely popular games in Japan are Final Fantasy, Metal Gear Solid, Super Mario Bros., Sonic the Hedgehog, Tekken, Chrono Cross, and Xenosaga. Japanese people favor strategy and simulation, especially when it comes to romance, like those popular dating simulators. They also tend to like more bubbly and cute games. Games like Grand Theft Auto 3 are too violent and dark and tend not to sell well in Japan. The turn of the 21st century has brought with it a huge insurgence of young people obsessed with Japan and their video games. From games like Pokemon and the Final Fantasy series, Japan's video games have left a large impact on global pop culture.